Welcome, y'all. About to get started today. We got the elder in our community, King, Baba Greg Hodge, who's going to open us up with a libation.
In West Africa, they say if you can clap, you can sing. Sorry, if you can clap, you can dance. If you can talk, you can sing. By show of hands, how many people know how to clap? And I know I'm in a room full of black people, I ain't gonna ask y'all the second question. Because when I'm in a mixed crowd, I say, how many know how to clap on rhythm? Here's what I need y'all to do. It's 3 simple beats. Can y'all help me with that? Round of applause, if you would. I want you to bring a little bit more energy. Give a big round of applause for the young men who are going to be celebrated tonight. Come on, y'all do better than that. Y'all gonna do better than that when the Warriors play. I'm just saying. If I say Assalamu alaikum, you say wa alaikum salam, assalamu alaikum. If I say Nagadef, you say Mangifi, Nagadef. If I say Samole, you say Ebije, Samole. If I say Kairodrome, you say it with some cool, you say Kairodrome. Kairodrome? Yes. If I say Como estás, and you say muy bien, Como está? If I say Sava, you say Sava très bien. Sava? If I say what's good? What's up? What's popping? We give thanks for the day. We give thanks to the creator of all the universe, known by many names, sometimes known as Jehovah, sometimes known as Allah, sometimes known as Amin-Ra, sometimes known as Ptah, sometimes known as Ngai, sometimes known as Noma the Twins, sometimes simply known as I am that I am. That energy, that power, that divine force that put a breath of life in your body. That divine force that gave you eyes to see and ears to hear and the ability to tell your story. You became drummers tonight when you clapped. This is from the Senegalese tradition. This is a djembe. When you clap, you became part of the event, part of the music. And the little song I sang is a very old song, and it's a song that welcomes the storytellers. It welcomes the griots. It welcomes the jaliba. And it says that God made music, and it's the song that the people who sing the history of the community, the people that bring the life blood of that story to the community, they sing it when they gather. So tonight, as we gather to celebrate the stories, the unfinished stories of the young people that are going to be with us, we're going to do what is a very deep African tradition. It's call and response. When you hear something you like, you're going to say either Ashe, Amen, yeah, that's right. You're going to make some noise, right? Oh, come on now. I know y'all in the theater and you don't make noise in the theater, but we're going to say Ashe. We're going to use that for a moment. Ashe is a word from our Yoruba tradition in West Africa, in Nigeria, Niger, and other places, and it means simply, may the thing that's happening or the thing that's been said have divine transformative power. Ashe. It is the same energy that your grandmother says in church when she say amen and she means it. It's the same energy that when something good happens, you put a word on it. So tonight, as we stand on tradition, we're going to use a little bit of water. We're going to pour it into this vessel to receive it. You can pour it on the ground. You can have an altar in your home. And this is not in competition with Christianity. If you're a Muslim, it's not in competition with that. This is about acknowledging your ancestors. This is about acknowledging the people who came before you. Because there's no one in this room who came all on your own energy. If there's someone here who, when they were born, popped out of their mama, cut their own umbilical cord, found their own food, found their own place to live, raise your hand and I will yield the cup. Ashe. So we give thanks for these traditions. Some of y'all will recognize it. If you never seen a libation, you maybe was on the block. You might have been on 66th and Seminary, or you might have been on 16th and Myrtle at Muhammad's liquor store right outside on the corner with the brothers. When they pour that wine on the ground, during that first taste, and they say this for the brothers not here, that's a libation. Some of y'all have done that. Not the younger cats. I know y'all ain't into that, right? If you're a Christian and you take communion, to take wine to represent the blood of Jesus of Nazareth, the bread to represent the body, that is a form of libation. A libation does three things. It helps us remember. Say remember. It helps us reflect. Say reflect. It helps us renew. So today, we pour this libation, use a little bit of this water. We first acknowledge our Native American brothers and sisters, the Ohlone people, who lived in this area before Europeans got here. There are probably a few Africans sprinkled in there because we was traveling the world way, 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 way before Columbus. So for them, we say Ashe. We pour this libation today for our Mexican American brothers and sisters, La Familia, La Raza, people who are from Mexico, because this is Mexico. If you go back enough generations, California is Mexico. That's why they call New Mexico, New Mexico. Ashe. We all on captured land. Think of it that way. And we say for them, Ashe. We pour this libation for our Asian Pacific Islander brothers and sisters. People like Yuri Kochiyama, who was friends with Malcolm X, who lived the last part of her life here in Oakland, who was an activist, a human rights advocate. For her, we say Ashe. For all of those Asian American brothers and sisters, we say Ashe. We pour this libation for our white brothers and sisters. Now, this is where I give a caveat. Every time, because I ain't talking about all white people. I'm sorry, I ain't human enough for that yet. I'm talking about the white people like John Brown. If you know his story, he picked up the gun for our freedom. For Elijah Lovejoy, who picked up a printing press for our freedom. People like that, Ashe. But most importantly tonight, for those African people, those African Americans, those, as my Bob Arnold says, those American Africans. Because if you call yourself an African American, there's a whole African part to you that maybe you don't know that much about. To the young men, I'm going to ask you to learn how to, as much as you can about your culture so you can remember the full story of your people. Those pyramid builders on the Nile Valley, we say Ashe. Those culture keepers in Zimbabwe, we say Ashe. Those people like Anne Nzinga who said during the period of our enslavement, if you could just make it to Angola, you can be free, because she fought the Portuguese for 40 years. So there would be no slavery in her country. For her, we say Ashe. We pour this libation for the educators, the teachers, the people who taught us how to be in public, the people who taught us how to do math and science. We invented math and science. A lot of times people don't want to hear that. You cannot build a pyramid without high science, without the geometry, the architecture, the material sciences. They were the first civil engineers. So for those ancestors, we say Ashe. We pour this libation for those ancestors who got caught up in that middle passage. You got caught up in that enslavement. And that is not where our history starts, young people. For those folks that might have been on their way to a program, might have been on their way to a wedding, might have been on their way to do a baby naming ceremony, and some Portuguese or French or English man captured them, brought them to places like Goree Island, Almena Cape Coast Castle, the Barracoon, where they were stripped of their clothing, stripped of their dignity in many cases, but not their culture, because you carry your culture in your spirit. Don't ever let anybody tell you African people lost their culture. We didn't lose our culture. Just like pouring libation on the corner, we didn't lose our culture. So Ashe. We pour this libation for those great freedom fighters like Frederick Douglass, Sojourner Truth, Harriet Tubman, Oscar Grant, Lil Bobby Hutton. Ashe. We pour this libation for the great mothers of the race. Ella Baker, Ida Jackson, who was the first African-American woman to teach in Oakland in the 1930s. For those ancestors who taught us well, we say Ashe. We pour this libation for the men, the Babas, the uncles, the big daddies, the Uncle Joes. I grew up in Arkansas, and a lot of them older men just had initials. They ain't had no full name. They said, Baba AJ. You say, what's the AJ for? It stands for AJ. For all of those men who went to work, had 2-3 jobs. For those men who put up with the indignities of white supremacy, so you could be here and wear dreadlocks. So you could be here and wear your clothes and your shoes and your hat the way you want to wear it. Not have to get off the sidewalk when a white person come along. For those men, we say Ashe. And lastly, as we renew ourselves, we reflect on their work, but we renew ourselves with the energy of the next generation. And I'm going to ask everybody in the room, just think of an ancestor, somebody who came before you, somebody who inspires you, somebody who taught you something, gave you a gift, gave you a sacrifice. I love a piece I heard with Denzel Washington. He said, everybody got a gift. And that gift was given to you at birth. But it is your job to make your gift shine in the world. So just call the name of an ancestor who you want to bring into this space this evening as we celebrate these young men. Just call them out. Ashe, call them out. Call them out. Y'all know some folks, call them out. Call them out. Could be a cousin, grandmother, young person we lost on these streets, call them out. Call them out. And for all of those ancestors, for all of those people that we love, and we love their story, we love their history, we love how they give us energy. We're going to close this libation, we're going to pour it 3 times, we're going to say Ashe, Ashe, and lastly, Ashe-O, Ashe-O. Y'all give yourselves a big round of applause. Number love in the room.
My name is Akira Davis. I am the director of Young Gifted and Black. I work with students age 6 through 13, black students age 6 through 13, and they're going to perform for y'all tonight. I just want to give you a little piece of our history. We've been in Oakland for 10 years. We've been in Ithaca, New York for 10 years. We are now in Berkeley going on our 3rd year. So 23-year organization. But these students, they are not here to entertain you. They are here to teach you. They are here to give you what they've been learning and just give a bit of black pride. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, introducing Young Gifted and Black.
The African Pledge.
The African Pledge!
We are an African people.
We are an African people!
We will remember.
We will remember
The humanity.
the humanity,
Glory.
glory,
And suffering.
and suffering
Of our
the joy, the challenge, and come together in a coming togetherness, vibrating with the fires of pure knowing, reeling with power, ringing with the sound above sound above sound, to explode in the majesty of our oneness and come together in a coming togetherness. Who can be born black and not exult? YGB.
We are young, gifted, and black. In fact, I'm proud to be black. Let me say it again. We are young, gifted, and black. In fact, I'm proud to be black. Let me say it. I'm proud to be black, yo. And that's a fact, yo. And if you're trying to take a smile, take it back, yo. It's like that, yo. I'm getting brave, yo. I'd rather die than ever be a slave, yo. I'm proud to be black, yo. And that's a fact, yo. And if you're calling me a nigga, take it back, yo. Better than that, yo. And I can see, yo. I'd rather die than never be free. So check it and say it loud. I'm black and I'm proud. We can't hear you. Say it loud. I'm black and I'm proud. I gotta tell you something that you should know. It's not a mystery. History is how it goes. Now Harriet Tubman was born a slave. She was a tiny black woman when she was raised. She was living to be given as a life she gave. She risked her life so we wouldn't be slaves. She was a man and a man who invented so much. He invented a fortune for a man named George Washington Carver made the peanut bread. So any man with a mind came to this. Reading about Malcolm X in the history test. Jesse Owens wrote verses. I'll leave you wrote next. What's wrong with you men? I think you be so dumb. Like Dr. King said, we shall overcome. We are young, gifted, and black. In fact, I'm proud to be black. Let me say it again. We are young, gifted, and black. In fact, I'm proud to be black. Let me say it. I'm proud to be black, yo. And that's a fact, yo. And if you're trying to take a smile, take it back, yo. It's like that, yo. I'm getting brave, yo. I'd rather die than ever be a slave, yo. I'm proud to be black, yo. And that's a fact, yo. And if you call me a nigga, take it back, yo. Better than that, yo. And I can see, yo. I'd rather die than never be free. So check it and say it loud. I'm black and I'm proud.
I know I can.
I know I can
Be what I wanna be.
be what I want to be.
If I work hard enough,
If I work hard at it,
I'll be where I wanna be.
I'll be where I want to be.
I know I can.
I know I can
Be what I wanna be.
be what I want to be.
If I work hard enough,
If I work hard at it,
I'll be where I wanna be.
I'll be where I want to be.
I can do anything.
I can do anything.
I can be anything.
I can be anything.
I can think anything.
I can think anything.
Big or small.
Big or small.
High or low.
High or low.
Wide or narrow.
Wide or narrow.
Fast or slow.
Fast or slow.
Because I know I can.
I know I can
Be what I wanna be.
be what I want to be.
If I work hard enough,
If I work hard at it,
I'll be where I wanna be.
I'll be where I want to be.
I will not bow down to.
Racism,
I will not bow down to.
injustice,
I will not bow down to.
exploitation.
What you gonna do?
I'm gonna stand. I'm gonna stand.
I just won't tolerate no.
Racism, no.
I just won't tolerate no.
Injustice, no.
I just won't tolerate no.
Exploitation. What you gonna do? I'm gonna stand. I'm gonna stand.
I will not obey no.
Racism, no,
I
no.
will not obey no.
Injustice, no,
I
no.
will not obey no.
Exploitation. What you gonna do? I'm gonna stand. I'm gonna stand. I'm gonna stand. What you gonna do? I'm gonna stand.
Y'all, give it up for the young gifted and black. This is our future, y'all. This is what Baba Gregg was talking about. The next generation. We're gonna bring Baba C up, who's gonna welcome y'all. Come on down, brother.
Greetings, everybody. Let's give Brother AD some love. What a blessing. This journey started in 2010. Let me just give a little context, because Kingmakers of Oakland was actually born out of a school district's attempt to ensure that every and all black children graduate college, career, and community ready. Back in 2010, we had a superintendent, Dr. Tony Smith, that we had just came out of state receivership. And he had looked at all the data, and one thing that he realized in that journey is that Oakland Unified School District was disproportionately suspending black boys, was failing black boys. So he created a department called the Office of African American Male Achievement. And it's a full circle moment for me because one of the brothers that were on the design team was Baba Greg Hodge. Could we give Baba Greg Hodge some love, please? A curator of the culture and a leader in Oakland and across this country. Just blessed and honored to have you here, Baba, so thank you. But on our journey of ensuring that each and every child, each and every black child in particular, graduates college, career, and community ready, we realized a few things, that systems of oppression self-correct. We were doing some audacious work, so much so, in the first 6 years, we had then President Barack Obama come down, his executive director of the Office of African American Male Achievement within the United States Department of Education, came out to check out what we were doing. When he came out, he came to Oakland High School. We had a closed session with young kings in Oakland High, and it was a powerful session. What he realized, though, that this wasn't a 50,000 foot level initiative, that this work really was an amazing body of work that started in the classroom and ultimately transformed a system. And so I'm here today, really, given we were born in the district, and then in 2018, we realized that on some level, this is our 5th superintendent, that we needed to take the work that was started in Oakland Unified School District and create something outside of the district. And Kingmakers of Oakland was born in 2018. But we didn't become completely independent until July 1st of 2021, which is huge. This is give some love on GP. And I went from being an entrepreneur to an entrepreneur. And many of the folks that were here, I want to acknowledge the Department of African American Male Achievement, Brother Kimo, Brother Sean, Brother Jamal. If you work for Oakland Unified School District in the Office of African American Male Achievement or our Office of African American Female Excellence or the Office of Equity, can you just raise your hand, please? Can we give these folks some love? All these folks some love. All 3 of my sons came through the program. These are amazing kings and queens that every day are helping our kings and queens really realize that they had crowns in their pockets the whole time, but they didn't realize that. But it's through brothers and sisters like that, they actually are learning who and whose they are. And so I want to acknowledge the work that Oakland started, but now I want to acknowledge the work of Kingmakers of Oakland, y'all. We are on an international paper route. So the work that started in Oakland is now in San Francisco. It's in Antioch. It's in Alameda, San Leandro. It's in Kent Unified School District. It's in Seattle Public Schools. It's in the Puget Sound Educational Service District, 35 districts in the greater King County area. We are also moving into Gwinnett County, the 11th largest district in the country in Georgia. We'll be in New Orleans starting in June, and then slowly moving into Memphis, Tennessee. And we are intentional and unapologetic around centering the experiences and voices of black boys while we serve all children. And so we're on that journey. We're only 10 months into this process. So I'm honored to be here. And 2 more things before I pass the mic. During the pandemic, y'all, we went from 5 consultants to 35 staff. Now that is not nothing faint to the heart, right? That is an awesome growth. But it's humbling because one of the things that we had set up was we were going to be doing work in schools, and now we couldn't do work in schools. And so there's a few folk during that time period, Akira Davis, who just led YGB, and a group of about 15 other young people created 3 albums, along with Obasi Davis, and a film that you're about to watch. And as opposed to looking at the adults to solve for solutions for our young kings and queens, we went to the youth. And the youth curated the film that you all are about to watch, called The Revolution Remix. It's a 29-minute film that's a response to the multiple pandemics that were taking place, not just COVID, because when we were interviewing kings across the country and queens, they weren't talking about COVID. They were talking about the assault on the black mind, the black body. And so this film is an artistic representation to their response to what was happening in 2020 and 21. There's also a soundtrack that goes with that you can download in all the downloadable formats. So that's important on many different levels. So I want to acknowledge the young folk that have helped us get to this point, but I also want to acknowledge the Kingmakers of Oakland staff. We have 5 staff in Seattle. Angelique, are you here? Where's Angelique? Can we give love to Sister Angelique, please? She's our events coordinator and coordinates events all over the country. We have Brother AD, Brother Brendan, Brother Ram, Brother Damari. Who else we have? Brother Jerome. Damari, he's behind the camera right here. Did I leave anybody else from? Who else? Britt. Sister Britt. Yeah, Britt. Where's Britt? Oh, there's Britt. Yes. She manages me. But we have a team of about 35 folks. Y'all, we're here in service of you. And actually, I see one of our funder partners, too. Greetings, Brother Jared. Outside of that, y'all, my name's Chris Chapman. My sons are here as well. So I'm going to pass the mic so we can go ahead and watch this film. But I want to thank you. Repeat after me before we go. It's not about me. It's not about you. It's about the children. And that's why we're here, y'all.
Yo, what's up? How y'all doing today? Man, I'm doing good. Thank you. But so we from Oakland Technical High School. You know, we taking the little program, AAMA. And the impact this had on me is really good, you feel me? I feel like it's a class I could chill out in and talk to my brothers, you know. A class I feel like, no pressure, you know? A lot of these classes, you feel like a lot of pressure. You gotta get that grade up, woo, woo, woo. Now, with these assignments, I feel like I'm learning about myself. It's something important that I could actually use. You know, a lot of these classes, a lot of people say, I ain't gonna use that in real life. I could confidently say, right now, everything I'm learning in this class, I could use. For real. For real. I don't even be really tripping.
What's your name, King?
Oh, my name Anthony Summer. Yep. You feel me?
My name is Vay, and I'll say one thing I like about this class, I get to be myself, and I get to learn more than I would usually learn about myself or my history in any other normal class. So I would say I like this class because we get to learn about ourselves. At the same time, we get to chill, and then it's just fun being in there.
Hello. My name's Raymond, and I'm also in the obviously I'm in the AAMA class. For me, this class helps me with, like how he said, we don't learn any of this in any other classes, and this is the opportunity, one of the only opportunities we get to learn all this. And I think it really helps us in the long run, because you can't be going through life without knowing like your own history, because then you'll just going through blindly without knowing like mostly what this country has done to you, and not knowing about like Africans. So yeah.
I just want to take a second, and I'm about to give you the mic. So this brother Kevin, man, has been doing some amazing work at Oakland Tech, day in and day out during the pandemic. This brother just brings heat every single day to his classroom and bringing knowledge about who we are as a people, but how we showed up as a people. And I step in his class every day and I say to these brothers, you're so blessed to have this cat, because he is in high school and he looks like y'all. It's part of y'all, part of your community, how he shows up. So every time I step in his classroom, I always give him props, because he's always dropping some real knowledge and dropping what's real in these young people's lives and bringing reality and meaning to what he's teaching. So I'm gonna let him speak on this curriculum that they did with this movie and how it can impact our community and our young folks. So we wanna roll this curriculum out to all of our districts and school districts and show this movie as a teaching point for our young people.
Hey. All right, how you doing? They call me Mr. Kevin at Tech. It's weird for me because everybody call me Kev, so I'm like Mr. Kevin. So I've been at Oakland Tech teaching in the program for 2 years now, since 2019. It's been an amazing experience. I love it. I love working with these young kings, teaching them. And of course, we talk about everything that's going on in life, and even the things that impact them, even debating about hip hop. So with this curriculum and even the other curriculums, I tended to blend it because it all matches. And one thing is important is that I want these young kings to know about the importance of revolution, the importance of third world struggle, the importance of revolution in the city that they live in, and how it impacts them, even if they don't know it. Because oftentimes, as I mentioned in class, you know, what I tend to do, and maybe some folks who came to visit me and evaluated or whatever and sat with me and sat in the class, sometimes I'll ask the kings, especially because, you know, it's high school. There's some kings who's like, yeah, I'm in it. And there's some kings who's like, man, I just want to go home. And I'm like, I get it. Because I was like that in high school. Like, man, there's just some moments where I'm like, I'm tired, or I got stresses of other stuff. But I always ask them, I say, this is revolution. Think about it like this. I ask, raise your hand if throughout your whole school experience, they told you about King Richard and Queen Elizabeth. The crowd can do that now. Raise your hand if you heard everything about the medieval times, King Arthur, Europe, the Renaissance, Queen Elizabeth. But raise your hand if they've ever spoken, and I said raise your hand if outside of this classroom, because some of the kings have Mr. Chemo, they've been at Montero, they've been at other schools where they learned it. So I said outside of this classroom, raise your hand if you've been told about Yoruba, if you know anything about Igbo, Benin, Zulu, Queen Nzinga, the Congo Empire, Twa people, Dogon people. Raise your hand if they even told you about the Quilombos in Brazil, and Gaga Zumbi, and Zumbi and them. Most folks don't. And I said, don't you find that interesting in a class where we all look the same and they don't tell us anything about us? That means they don't want us to know about us. So when we do this curriculum and we're learning this stuff about just Oakland, this is the home of the Black Panther Party. They all know it. We go over it all day, every day. Like, who started here? Sometimes I just randomly do it, like, who's Bobby Seale? Who's Huey P. Newton? How did Malcolm X affect the Black Power movement? Right? So a lot of the time in February, as Adrian knows, we spent that reading Malcolm X autobiography. And what I do is I relate Malcolm X to the Black Power movement. I relate the Black Power movement to the Revolutionary Mixtape, which then I related to Oakland, and I related to the Black Panther Party. And then I related, for all of us folks who grew up on hip-hop, to hip-hop. So yeah, they may listen to what they listen to now, but I'm like, remember Public Enemy, remember Black Star, remember Ascari X. These are the things that came from us in our community, and deeper in the roots. They had an assignment just not too long ago. We talked about that they had to choose the African empire, and everybody did it. And remember the fight against colonialism. Those are words we learned in the class. Colonialism, capitalism, white supremacy, Eurocentric behaviors and ideologies, and how it all affected us, even if we don't know it. So this curriculum, and I'll say the Kepler curriculum, is very, very important for our Black youth. And I don't want to just say in OUSD or Alameda Unified, Antioch, all over the nation. All over the nation, because this is a history, this is a knowledge about the development of ourselves, our youth, and our history beyond just we were slaves. Like, no, we was kings and queens. We built empires. We come from one of the richest people in the world that if he was alive today in comparison to the US dollar, he'd still be the richest person in the world. It's because of him, the Europeans is like, oh, they got gold and they rich, we going down there, right? So we speak on that every day. And we do have brothers in the class that are from Africa. I'm originally from Nigeria myself. We got my brother here from Somalia and Eritrea. So we speak on that too, right? So that's one of the things we did with this curriculum, and with the Kappa curriculum. We blended all of it and put it together, and it's like, how does this relate to all of you guys? And, you know, some of you guys might Be good businessmen. Some of you guys might be revolutionaries, activists, college kids, doctors, lawyers. But always remember, regardless of whatever you do and whatever you become, know where you come from and know what you have to give back to and know what you represent. And know it's at war against you and what you have to fight for and work for. It's for all of us in here. One of the principles of my classroom is, what is it, guys? Starts with a C. Don't mess me up now. What is it now? Starts with a C. When we work together, what is that?
Communication.
Collectivism. Thank you. One of the principles of our classroom is the collectivism, because that's a third world principle. That's an African principle. That's the hey, I'm Nigerian. I can go to my uncle's house at 10 o'clock just to be there. I ain't got to call him. Just like, I just felt like coming by. You got some food? So we work on collectivism, not individualism. Because collectivism, when you work with collectivism, that's when you know we all work together. And that's revolution right there. That's the first start of the revolution. Collectivism, which is community. So, yeah.
How you guys doing? Alright, my name is Khalid Muhammad. I'm a student in class. I've been here for 1 year. This is my first year actually, and I can say confidently that I learned so much in this class during these 2 semesters that I've never learned in any other class in my whole education history. You know, just being out here with these brothers and learning and talking with them, and we just build our own community. You know what I'm saying? And yes, we can talk about anything we want really without having to have a filter. You know, most classrooms, they have a filter. You gotta be oh, I can't say this in a class. They won't understand what I'm saying, you feel me? But being in this class with the community that we built, we don't really got a filter like that. So we just say whatever we want. I hear Joseph could say something, I can hear what he said. I can take what he says and get it back to him in my perspective. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, the stuff Kev be showing us is crazy. For example, we was reading up on the Malcolm X autobiography, and reading that, it showed me, you know, there's more to some of these revolutionaries than you see. Reading about Malcolm X, I was like, dang, he kind of like me, you know, when he was in his Detroit Red phase and all that. He he kind of like me. He do stuff, so he cool. Yeah. So learning all that stuff, it'd be dang, whoa.
What's up, y'all? My name's Naeem Pearson. I've been a student of Mr. Kevin for 1 year, and being in his class just makes me happy to be black, because you could talk to him about anything, have a conversation with him, and yeah.
In AAMA, in these 2 semesters, we've learned more about our own history in these 2 semesters than we've learned in pretty much all of our schooling history so far. Everything that we've learned so far has either been off the curriculum entirely and has been more beneficial to us than traditional learning, than normal history classes, or has been beneficial to us in the real world and real world situations. We've learned about decorum, we've learned about how to manage yourself, we've learned about how to carry yourself, and we've learned how to address people professionally. We've also learned about how these revolutionaries started, and that it's not always going to be a straight line to where you're going. There's always going to be twists and turns. Malcolm X is a really good example. Life before that wasn't really the best, took a turn for the better, and there's so many more examples that I can bring up, but it would kind of eat away at time. Yeah.
All right, my name is Yosef. I've been a student of Mr. Kev for 1 year. And what I like about his class is that I can just be myself. And I also learn a lot about my history that I never knew about. And yeah.
My name is Aaron Robinson. I've been in AAMA for 1 year. I've learned a lot since I've came. As Mr. Kev said, you normally learn about white history. This is my first year at Oakland Tech, and since I came here, I learned about Malcolm X. empires. I've learned like modern history, recent Black history, and like way back then Black history. My old school, I just learned about Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. It's probably because they only got a holiday for him. But, yeah.
Yo, give it up, y'all, for these powerful young men. Until our educator, Brother Kevin. Next up, we got two kings that are about to bless us with two songs. Brother Obasi Davis and Brother Alonzo Henderson that were part of the Revolutionary Remix. These are our stars and our kings, and we're grateful for them.
Peace, peace. How y'all doing? So how y'all doing? The show is great to be in this space with you all. Before we start this song, is it okay if y'all do a favor for me? Yeah? Okay. So all I need y'all to say is, it's all love. Say, it's all love. It's all love. I was made for it, prayed for it, stayed for it, love. It's all love. Just say what it was, make a way for it, pray for it, stay for it, love. It's all love. All right, cool. Hey. Look. As the leaves fall and the wind blow, I'm just sitting reminiscing on my kinfolk. Speakers blaring as I'm staring out that window. Take every L as a lesson and we gon' win more. I put that pen to that paper and set my spirit free. Mic check 1, 2, make sure they hearing me. Rockin' king makers, these the makers of a king. Yeah, we play the game to win. I'ma take one for the team, nah I mean. Cause these my brothers that we speaking of. Right now we have no conversation, you ain't speaking love. And we gon' hold our students down and lift our teachers up. Gonna play this in the hood so it can reach the thugs. Let my brothers and my sisters know it's more to life. Because they weapon cannot prosper if your form is right. You saw the light cause we flipping the switch. And we gon' change the storyline and get to flipping the script. It's all love. Just say what it was. I was made for it, pray for it, stay for it. It's all love. Just say what it was. I was made for it, pray for it, stay for it. It's all love. Just say what it was. Make a way for it, pray for it, stay for it. It's all love. Just say what it was. Make a way for it, pray for it, stay for it. It's all love. Generations of hurt. It's all love. Just say what it was. Make a way for it, pray for it, stay for it. It's all love. That's really all it is, man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all, man. That's off our new album called Black Joy by Kingmakers of Oakland, produced by Obasi and Drew Banger. Some real town legends, you know what I'm saying? And this next one, okay, this is called Strive. It's
How y'all doing? How y'all doing? All right, y'all, one thing I need y'all to do, it's real simple.
Clap. I said, I'm gonna strive today. Yeah, hey. Live out my life today. Yeah. I'm gonna strive today. Yeah. Hey. I'm gonna live out my life today. Yeah. I'm gonna strive today. Yeah.
I'm gonna live out my life today. Yeah.
No, they can't kill my vibe today.
Yeah.
I said I'm gonna look. Hey, I said I'm free as a bird, they ain't clipping my wings. Multifaceted, I try my hand at different things. Gotta keep an open mind, trying to kick it with me. And royalty the mindset when you get with the kings. My head clear, my location remote. And I ain't with no funny business, don't take it as a joke. They been trying to kill our spirits, had us chained to a boat. But now of our situation, we be making the most.
I too sing America.
The darker brothers shining bright, so they gon' stare at us. Just keep on looking, cause we cooking something special up. It's not a race, it's a marathon, we catching up. So put your fist up, brothers, sisters, get up. We gon' keep on persevering, no, we cannot give up. Cause big stuff on the horizon, it's us. Who gon' put up for the people, make the system switch up.
I'm gonna strive today.
Hey, I'm gonna live out my life today. Yeah. I'm gonna strive today. Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna strive.
I'm gonna strive today. Okay, I'm gonna strive. I could reach high, look in your eye, deep in your mind. Everything that I wanted to be right in front of me. Live a life from a height you want to see. Break chains in your name, we finally free. Break bread with the fam, we trying to eat. Break through like the sun is shining on me. I've been finding my feet, I've been never be free. Right as we fall, together we leap. We are the kings and the queens, yo, you better believe. We on a whole nother dream, way bigger team. We sweating waves at the seams like we Elohim. For the days that you think we can never be. Press play and release all that energy. This for the days that you think you could never be. Press play and release, yeah.
I'm gonna strive today.
Sing along, sing it with me, yeah.
I'm gonna live out my life today.
Yeah, I'm gonna strive today. Yeah. I'm gonna live out my life today. Yeah. I'm gonna strive today. I'm gonna live out my life today. Yeah.
I'm gonna strive today.
All right, y'all, one more thing. I just need y'all to close your eyes and listen to the saxophone.
All right. I said,
Hands up.
When I say king, y'all say maker. King. King.
When I say king, y'all say makers. King.
I said, when I say king, y'all say makers. King. Let's
When
go.
I say king, y'all say makers. King.
Maker.
Here we go. Hands up. Let's make some noise. For all the kings here getting their crowns today. Let's make some noise for Kingmakers of Oakland.
Make some noise for yourself.
Let's make some noise for this double-breasted suit other than AD got on right now. With the gold buttons, let's go. We gonna strive, yes sir.
Peace, y'all. Appreciate y'all. Congratulations to all the kings up in here, man. Y'all doing it.
Yo, give it up, y'all. Give it up. Yo, we talking about legacy, y'all. Today we are building legacy. Legacy and culture, and a rich culture of us and who we are and how we show up. This is what the crowning ceremony is about. Bringing it back to our legacy, our history, and how we show up as a people. It's hot out in Oakland right now, y'all. It's hot. Folks are dying. Cats are robbing. It's wilding out right now. Cats are getting shot in high school. It's our time now to change the narrative. It starts now. You just saw the genius of who we are. Our elder blessed us and started us off with our rich culture and history. And then the babies came right behind that and showed us who we are. This movie, these young folks, this us. We got to get it, y'all. We got to get it. Next up, Montero, come down.
Good evening, everyone. Greetings. This is a very special night for me. It's very emotional for me even. These young men I'm very extremely proud of. They have pledged their lives to improving our community. And they're going to demonstrate that tonight by reciting this pledge that they have promised to live their lives by.
I stay woke.
I stay woke.
We stay woke. I'm a conscious brother.
I'm a conscious brother.
We are conscious brothers.
We are conscious brothers.
I will expose myself to images of African American people that educate me and motivate me to my own great self.
I expose myself to images of African American people that educate me and motivate me to my great self.
I will support and engage in media that illustrates the millions of African American people. I will support and engage in media that illustrates American people. I am encouraged and empowered to create media that illustrates the richness of my culture. I understand that my culture influences the entire planet. I stay woke.
I stay woke.
I am much more than usually depicted of me.
I am much more than what is usually depicted of me.
I do not let tell my vision to tell my vision.
I will not let tell my vision to tell my vision.
I will not let film or music define who I am.
I will not let film or music define who I am.
I define who I am.
I define who I am.
With the support of my brothers and community.
With the support of my brothers and community.
And who I am being beneficial to myself, my family, and the world.
And who I am will be beneficial to myself, my family, and the world.
I stay woke.
I stay woke.
We stay woke.
We stay woke.
I'm a conscious brother.
I'm a conscious brother.
We are conscious brothers.
We are conscious brothers.
Ashe.
Ashe.
At this time, Brother Davis will call each king and give them their crown.
Good job, young kings. Good job. So when I call your name, come get your crown and you're welcome to go have a seat, all right? Joseph. Ronald. Darius. Aiden. Simani. Damari. Donovan. Robert. Murray. Maceo. Trayvon. Isaiah. Alex. Jerry. Octavian. Griffin. Lawrence. Jace. Carter. Keon. Akis. William. I want to give a special shout out for this young man who was responsible. They all took part in it, and they all voted. They created their own Adinkra symbols. They learned about Adinkra symbols of our heritage. And they took 2 or 3 and made their own that represents who they are, representing themselves as well as their fellow kings at Montera. This young man, Amir King, was the one that they voted to represent our kings at Montera on our sweatshirt. Amir King. Sixth grade. Dennis. Hunter. Victor. Jose. Last but not least, Michael. Thank you.
And there's a Kingmaker hoodie for a king himself. Mr. Davis, we appreciate you, brother, for showing up every day for our young people. Young people need to know what consistency looks like. And you've been in, day out, brother. And I appreciate you. Man, I love you for all that you do for our community. We are in the business of making kings. Big up. Yes, yes. Thank you. Brother Kevin, Oakland Tech, come down, baby. Oakland Tech, Oakland Tech.
I see, man. Demarie, don't be shy. Just Julius, come down too, because you was with me and then you missed that whole time with the pandemic. So I gotta crown you from 2019, 2020. I see you, Cole. All right, all right. So, this moment is special to me too because this is the first time like in person. We didn't have this last year, so it was just great. And I'm really proud of these kings, both periods, 5th period, 8th period. You know, some of y'all, well, actually, maybe one of y'all I've known since the beginning. Some other kings had left early tonight. So, but yeah, I'm gonna call your name. You guys been the best. Adrian, you've been in some of those classes with those discussions. So when I call your name, come forward, you know, and be crowned. Okay, purple hats too. Just bulldog colors. All right, Aaron. Man. He's tall, brother. This is high school. He's tall. Yeah, I should, whatever color you should choose. Khalid. You want the yellow or purple? All right. Thomas. You want the yellow? Okay. Mandume. Yellow? Yep, purple. Wow, everybody wants purple. Bulldog bucks, huh? Yosef. Purple. Man. Y'all want to represent the Warriors? Naeem. Yeah, I figured. I'm gonna get you. Raymond. Masai, come on up. Thank you for being you. Cole. Kaden. My man Kaden. This one. All right. Yeah. Okay. All right. Demarie, don't be shy. Don't be shy, Demarie. You want purple? All right. Do not be shy, Demarie. Okay. Justin. Oh, Julius, sorry. Your brother, I was just taking you for your brother. But I got to say, he wasn't in the program this year, but he was with me in the beginning when he's a freshman. Now he's a junior, and there was a whole year where I didn't see him. And I remember Julius was like this tall, and I came back to Kevin. He's like, "What's up, Mr. Kevin?" I was like, "Who is you?" And he was like, "It's Julius." I was like, "Oh my God, Julius, you're almost tall as me." So, and he was great in my class, man. He was great. So, and his brother too was great. So these two brothers right here, Anthony. I gotta say, you know, Anthony's been on point in terms of like always leading stuff from day one. He's always been the one to lead. He's always been the one to lead the discussion. Khalid too. So I should have kept you up there, Khalid. So, you know, always quick to read the quote of the day, quick to break down something, quick to participate. So, you know, and he's only a freshman, right? So he's basically like, he took a lot of leadership in the class. So I just want to give you that special one. I mean, it's yellow, you know. And you hear him. He was like, I don't know if I can make it. This brother right here, also a freshman, name's Ave. Not only is he like super special, but he's an MC too. I'm sorry, I'm an MC. So it's just, he's an MC and he always been on point in terms of the lesson. This brother broke down the whole Malcolm X autobiography. When I just asked him, I was like, tell me about Malcolm X. And he just went on and just went on and went on. And he even wrote a song about it. Do you remember the song? Because I was like, perform it now. What happened? Maybe after, you guys can come to. I know he's still trying. Maybe after. He's performing at the Malcolm X Jazz Festival on May 21st at San Antonio Park. That is thrown by Eastside Arts Alliance. He's also one of the members of the program. All right, so Ave, don't take off the. Put it on the side, brother. Thank you. Give it up for Oakland Tech.
Yo, I want to give it up to you, Brother Kev, man, for being consistent every day in and out, brother. You know I can't thank you enough for how you show up for our community, for our young folks, brother, and so I appreciate you, brother. Here's our Kingmaker hoodie. You know what I'm saying? Big up. Can all the kings come down here, adjust your hats? All the kings come down so we can take a group picture, please, right now. All the kings with your hats. Come on down, please. Yeah. Come on down, please, up front so we can take a picture with all the kings in their hats, please. Adjust your hats. Cats on the end come in so they can take this picture. Adjust your hats. Hold tight for a second so we can take this picture. These are the kings of our future, y'all. Give it up one more time for our kings. Is Brother Sean Foster here? Brother Sean, can you come up front, brother, please? Give it up for Brother Sean Foster. This is another one of our amazing facilitators who have been putting work over 20 years in Oakland Unified School District, who's taught hundreds and hundreds of young people. And so, brother, you know, it's important that we give our flowers and respect to folks who are present today. And so I just want to say that on behalf of the Kingmakers organization, brother, we appreciate you, brother. We love you. We thank you for the work that you've done for our young kings. And you are our hood superstars. You know what I'm saying? For real. So thank you, brother. All right, y'all. So I just need everybody to stand up, please, right now, please. We are coming to the end of our ceremony. This is only the beginning. This is the first one of many to come. We're starting a new legacy, a new tradition. And I want to thank everybody that's here in attendance today. Sink this into your memory banks. This is the richest of us in our culture and our history. So thank you all for showing up today and showing out and celebrating us, but more importantly, the next generation. Ashe. Thank you all for coming out. We appreciate y'all.